You're listening to Plants and Politics with Gina Bonanno Lemos. If you're ready to hear the truth about both sides of the aisle, what's really going on in America, and how big money interests prevent change to keep you sick, broke, and desperate, then play on. Hello, everyone. This is Gina with Plants and Politics. So today I want to talk about why Trump supporters appear to be trying to destroy his chances of winning re-election in November. What do I mean by that? So I see a lot of people out there on social media or in person even, just in general, and they are so anti-mask, right? They don't want to wear masks. They think it's all a hoax. They believe that the government is lying to us. Not that they haven't lied to us, but it's pretty clear from anyone using any kind of logical thinking that wearing a mask would actually do some good, because if they didn't help, then people in the medical industry wouldn't wear them, right? Doctors, nurses, everybody wouldn't wear masks. What would be the point if they didn't do any good? So here's what I find really ironic. Trump's numbers have really been plummeting, okay? And this is across the board. You can say that one or two polls are outliers, but you can't say that every single poll across the board is wrong. It's just not logical. And it is a spread of anywhere, at least the polls that I've seen, he's down by 6 all the way up to 14 points, which against Biden, I mean, it's just abysmal. It really is abysmal. I mean, whatever you think of Biden, I just don't know many people who think that he's a great candidate and he's this really dynamic person that we just have to elect. Most people, and the polling shows this, most people are only voting for Biden as a vote against Trump. And some are not going to vote for him at all. Some are just going to sit it out. So even though people are voting for him overwhelmingly and he is winning in the polls, the number of people who are enthused about it and excited to vote for him is very low. It's pathetic. It's even lower than it was for Hillary Clinton. So the fact that Trump is losing to him is just unbelievable. It says so much. And one of the number one reasons given across the board in all of these polls, when they ask them why they're not putting their support and pledging their support to Trump or not putting their support behind Trump, the top reason given, especially among people who did vote for him in 2016, is his handling of the coronavirus. So if Trump voters want him to win in November, wouldn't it behoove them to help him with the virus? Wouldn't it be in their best interest? I mean, let's say they don't believe in masks. Let's say they truly think that it's all a bunch of BS and they're being lied to, manipulated. I mean, it's insane to think that, but okay, let's go with that train of thinking. If that's the case, but then you know that that's the number one reason why people are not going to vote for him in November, wouldn't you at least pretend? Wouldn't you at least just put on the freaking mask? I mean, what is it going to do? It's not going to harm you. All these people running around talking about how it's detrimental to your health. Come on. Surgeons wear these masks for hours and hours on end, and nothing happens to them. It protects them. So that's a load of BS. Is it going to kill you 10 or 15 minutes going into a store to wear a mask so that your candidate can win? Because if we hit a road bump, as we seem to be doing now with a second wave of coronavirus cases, and if, God forbid, we have to shut the country down again, we're toast. I mean, our economy is already in the tank. And the domino effect that people haven't even seen yet, that people don't even realize is coming, is going to be unbelievable. Because just as with the 2008 recession, there is a downstream effect to all of this that is just going to devastate millions upon millions of families in this country. And people don't even realize it. Once the real estate market starts getting hit and all of that underpinning of the economy starts to tank and go under, it's going to get ugly. And if we have a second shutdown, if that's necessary, because the death rate continues to grow, I believe we're up to now over 130,000 people, which is greater than any other country on the planet, and the highest number of cases overall, it's going to be devastating. It will absolutely be the top thing that takes Trump down. So if you're a Trump voter, wouldn't you want to help minimize that risk for him? Wouldn't you at least just wear your mask or do what everyone is asking you to do with the social distancing and trying to prevent the spread of this virus even more? Because if it gets bad, Trump is going to get the blame, as he's already getting the blame, and rightfully so in many ways. But yeah, it's just seeming like Trump voters don't really want him to win, because if they did, they'd be helping him out. They'd be putting on those masks. They'd be helping to keep the numbers down. So, guys, I'm telling you, one of the top groups that he's losing with is the boomer bracket. So, elderly voters are the ones who have been hardest hit by this coronavirus, and they are the ones who are, by and large, jumping ship and going for Biden instead. So, if you are a Trump supporter, you might want to put on your mask. If you really want him to win, you might want to rethink it and put on your mask. And if you're still out there and you're saying, oh, it's a hoax, they're trying to indoctrinate us, play this out. Seriously, play this out in your mind. What would be the purpose? I have 2 girls that I took in. I have taken care of them since they were teenagers. They were friends of my daughter. They came here from Japan with their mother when they were young. So they have no other family here. All of their family is back in Japan. I confirmed with them today, or I confirmed with one of them today. I had her speak with her father. Their country shut down, schools shut down for only about a month or two. Stores, other than grocery stores, shut down for the same period of time, 1 or 2 months. And they have free health care. Okay, so they have a form of universal health care, so they don't have to worry about that, unlike here in the United States, where 20 million people have now lost their health care on top of the ones who already didn't have health care, because those 20 million plus people lost their jobs, which is where they were getting their health care. So unlike us, they have better health care. They're able to get in. If they have symptoms, they go in. They don't have to worry about a bill. They don't have to worry about the treatment if they actually test positive or, God forbid, end up in the hospital with it. But on top of that, everyone wore masks. Everyone. You didn't have to mandate it. The country didn't require it. The government didn't demand that everyone wear masks. Everyone just knew that you wear a mask, because in their culture, if you're feeling sick at all, you wear a mask. You do it to protect other people, not yourself. You do it to prevent spreading any kind of flu or cold or anything else to other people. So they already are used to this. Their government hasn't taken over. Their government doesn't control their minds. They haven't indoctrinated them into some nefarious scheme. They just use common sense. So their father told them or her that everyone just wore a mask. If you saw anyone out in public, they were wearing a mask. Guess what? Their economy is back open. And even better than that, they have had less than 1,000 deaths in the entire country. Now, you can say, oh, it's a smaller country than the United States. Yes, it is a smaller country than the United States. However, per capita, it doesn't even compare. It doesn't even compare. We're talking about less than 1,000 deaths compared to over 130,000 deaths in the United States. So wear your damn masks. It's not hard. And just to read you guys, there was an article that came out recently from people who had voted for Trump in 2016 who say that they will not be voting for him again this year. So there was a man named John Crilly. He's 55, a retired commercial driver in Readers, Pennsylvania. He said in 2016 he voted for Trump, basically against Hillary Clinton. And they asked him, what changed your mind? Why are you not going to cast your vote for Trump again? His quote was, what changed my mind? 120,000 deaths. He refused to realize, oh my God, there's a virus coming our way. Shouldn't we do something, guys? COVID was the turning point. It's the thing that touches home with everybody. That's one guy. So he plans to write in a candidate. He's not going to vote for Biden, but he is going to write in a candidate. So a second person named Ariel Oakley, she's 29. She works in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They asked her what her issue was with Trump and why she won't be voting for him again. Now, keep in mind, this is someone who voted for him in 2016. And here's a quote from her. She said, with coronavirus, even just watching the press conferences, having him come out and say it's all fake, she said, I have family who have unfortunately passed away from it. Yeah, that's what you're dealing with, guys, because you can call it fake all you want. You can pretend that it is a, political football and it's just all a lie and it's the deep state trying to take Trump down. No, you're taking Trump down. If he loses, it will be in part because you refused to acknowledge a very real virus. And I happen to know people who have been sick from it, who were in the hospital. I happen to have friends who are nurses. It is very real. I can assure you, the threat is very real. So if he loses, it will be in large part due to not only his failed response to the coronavirus, but also because his followers are so embedded in these conspiracy theories that they refuse to see the truth, reality, logic, and just wear a damn mask. So, as I always say, that's my opinion, but I think I'm right. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Take care. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.